Yo, people, and welcome to Through a Different Lens podcast. I'm your co-host, Joe.
I'm Dej.
And I'm Jacob.
And right now we have a very special guest joining us. Would you like to introduce yourself, young man?
Yeah, Big H.
Right. That's a big H.
Obviously, you don't know me, Hiram Boateng. Here to join the boys for discussion.
Much appreciated. Thank you for joining us, Big H, as we'll refer to him on the episode. Obviously, we've been wanting to get Hiram on, but I feel like we've timed this one perfectly for obvious reasons, which we'll go into. But as we always do at the beginning of every episode, we like to check in with everyone. So, Dej, how you doing? Nah, joking. Hiram, how you doing? Go on, let us know. How's everything going?
Yeah, I've been good. Obviously, off season, just got back from my holidays, which is relaxing. But when you're chasing a 1-year-old around, it's relaxing at times, isn't it? And at other times, boy, stressed. Now, I'm joking, but yeah, it's been good, man. I've been alright. You know, I think it's time when you're off. It's time to like clear your head, rest, recover, and then when you start getting to later stages of your off season, get back into work, get going again. But yeah, everything's good, man. Good to hear. Jacob, how you doing, bro?
I'm all okay, man. Rehab's going well. We can't complain. So I'm all good in life.
What week of rehab are you in now? If you can remember.
11.
Chai.
Yeah, 11.
So is the intensity rising now in terms of
functional movements now? So I'm moving well.
Calm.
But yeah, other than that, that's all I'm doing. This editing, working,
life.
So yeah, man, life's tough. Life's not tough. It's fun, but yeah,
life's life and put on the good side. Get me. Dej, how we doing, my brother?
You know me, always good. Ain't got much to update. Nothing at all, really. Living life.
This guy's so taps.
And yourself, my brother, how are you?
Yeah, man's good, man. I'm very good. I'm just really tired, but other than that, obviously for obvious reasons of the month of May.
You've been busy.
The month of May was just a hectic month, but for great reasons. You get me? Holiday, brothers getting married, weddings, etc. Like the whole shebang, but nice to have some normality in my life. Like I was actually saying to my colleagues on our first call, I was like, I'm actually happy to be back in work, which is weird. So yeah, just
No, it means you love what you do, innit?
yeah. No, I won't go that far. I'm just talking about the month was physically taxing and slightly mentally taxing as well. But it was so worth it at the same time, innit? But like I said before, I actually went on holiday. Man needed the break.
Yeah.
Like I got to the point. I was saying to these lot in March, Big H, that flipping that I was like, I'm just done. I'll just shut out of everything. Like man needs a break, holiday. Now man's refreshed my batteries, everything. I feel like I can get momentum again work wise, and just everything outside of life. Luckily for me, mentally, my momentum never stopped in terms of like the podcast aspect. So.
Yeah.
And like we say when people ask us, it's momentum. Keep going, keep stepping on next theoretically, and then boom. So that's it.
Them breaks, man, for sure.
100%.
Yeah, they're key.
When you're living in this country as well, with the weather, when you go away, I'm telling you, the sun revitalizes you. I'm telling you.
You get a good reset.
Yeah, you need it because you can't reset when you're in cold weather. I refuse to believe that you can.
No, you're not wrong.
It's always cold here. So,
With your off seasons, do you always, as soon as the season's done, do you always try to go on holiday straight away, or do you wait initially?
This is the thing, like, we're still figuring that out now, like, and obviously I've been playing professionally for, 10 years?
Yeah, you man are you're a vet now.
Bro, but in the past, what I've done is I've booked it early, ended up in playoffs, lose money, cancelling holidays, etc. I've done that again this year.
You've been in many a playoffs.
I've done it again this year, but the difference was because of obviously the promotion, they took us away. So I had to switch the holiday again. But like the best thing to do really is wait. I try to do that as much as possible. Wait until I know where we're at, whatever club I'm at, and then just book. Then try to get away as early as possible.
Yeah,
the last minute kind of.
Yeah, kind of. But like, you know how it goes with that. The price keeps rising. The longer you sort of leave it.
That's a shame, man. You miss out on all the savings.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it, man. And I think everyone wants to catch a save it.
Yeah.
And you're always booking holidays at the wrong time where
is it.
everyone's on holiday.
I have the same problem as you. Because I booked last minute, as in like 3 days before. I'm telling my missus, yo, are you free?
Yeah.
Bro, we were asking him, like, when are you going? When are you going? When are you going? When are you going?
Because you know how it works.
Yeah.
You can't actually plan during the season because you don't know when the season's going to finish. It's literally, our season date finished in April, playoff runs to the end of May, and you're looking at it like, okay, every week if we win, we're still staying here. If we lose, we're going. You get what I mean? And there's other people working on your schedule, which is never easy.
Not easy at all. But I guess that's the thing. That's the key thing that you have to just work around it. And if you're going away with someone who's understanding of that, then it makes it easier. But then there's people whose missus might be school teacher or something, and they can only go away certain dates, and it can kill you a little bit as well.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to just kind of work it out. But what about for you guys though, in terms of that feeling of being able to go away whenever you want in the year? That must be nice.
I mean, it's tough though, isn't it? Because you got it's annual leave. Sometimes, the dates that you want, they're gone. So you have to find like another day you want to go out.
Yeah.
Plus, like we've got a partner. Well, for
us.
people that ain't in the streets.
I can hear you like that.
Man basically said I'm in the streets. Oh my gosh.
I mean, if you ain't,
You're not wrong.
1 minute you're trying to sell me to get someone to go Usher concert with. Now I'm in the street. These man, they've just been
you're
tarnishing
in
my
the
brand.
streets, so you're not.
It's tough out there, man.
They've just been tarnishing my brand instead of just me saying I'm focusing on the podcast.
Or focusing on yourself.
On myself, the podcast. They say I'm in the streets.
Yeah. Do you know what? You got to charge it.
Try. But yeah, go on, continue.
Nah, I mean, you could just be sitting on the stairs and just watching the streets go by and get me, but
That's exactly what I do. But yeah, no, to be fair, if I've got big trips planned, obviously, like I know I can book that time off work.
Yeah.
So even when we went on holiday last year, I booked it, I think just before the Christmas before, even again this year. So I've got that saving grace in it. And that when we discussed on, was it last week's episode, like bank holidays, I can actually plan or look forward to them. Unless there's, obviously in my role, something can come up like that where I'd have to drop everything. And I'm like, all right, cool. But I know I'm going to somewhat get that time back and stuff like that. So like, for me, I said to you, look, once you lot season done, my season was done because United were nonsense, innit? So until they kind of brought it back with the FA Cup, innit? But like, I didn't really keep up with, well, to be fair, I was away. So even when people messaged me when United lost to Palace, I was like, tequila's in my hand. Don't really care.
I hear it.
And then, so yeah, for me, like, I'm fortunate in that sense where I can actually go any time of the year.
as long as you book it, we're gone, man.
Yeah.
No, we're on the
I'm quite
weekends off.
Yeah.
The odd weekend off, the odd Wednesday. You might get the Monday off if you won. No Tuesday game. That's what we're on.
Bro, by default, I've known you lot schedule for 10 plus years. So I'm used to booking around you lot as well. If I am doing things with you, etc., days off. But now, obviously, as everyone's grown older, people have their misses, families, etc. You lot's time is less.
Everyone's gone ghost.
Yeah, like in that sense, like your free time's even more precious to you now. Do you know what I mean? Especially with your little one. So
Yeah.
like,
And more time, you might just want to do nothing in that free time and just relax.
yeah.
Sometimes that's the best, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Especially when you've had a game as well, or a tough week, and you want to just chill off for the weekend, like, or for the Sunday, Monday if you get it. You just want to just recover and rest and stuff. It sounds mad boring, innit? But it's
No,
part
but
of it,
that's...
innit? You want to be like in your best state, but then it's like finding that balance of, all right, I was talking with my boys on the weekend about it, and be like, there's actually a lot of value in being a good friend as well to your people or to your family, whatever it is. You need to make time to see people. It could be that you plan to see them once every couple months. It's no skin off your back, you know what I mean, off your nose to just do that, which is what I'm trying to even get better at as well, to be honest.
Yeah, checking in with your people. I think we previously discussed that as well. That's something like I'd always try to do, especially like say my friends or family with kids, for instance. I kind of want the kids to know who I am from early, because it'll make things easier as they grow up, and just like if I have got that free time and I know it's not going to hurt me long term, it'll be much more effective in that sense. I'll be like, somewhat, as bad as it sounds, you'll be like, I've ticked this person off the list. I've seen them. Do you know what I mean? And do my rounds in that sense. But at the same time, I guess everyone does what works for them as well. Because like you said, you might just want to use that free time to actually
Just
rest.
chill, yeah.
And that's where others around you have to have that understanding as well. So
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? I haven't seen you. This is probably in time, but we always say to each other, "Yeah, we're gonna link up." And we've said to each other, when we speak, we're like, "Oh yeah, we'll link up sometime.
Yeah.
We'll see each other."
Yeah.
And then it's a case of, "Yeah, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, can't link up because you're not around. I'm busy. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You're up north, and this is the first time we've probably seen each other in a year.
Probably a while, yeah. Because even you meant to come to my birthday, but you got injured around that time.
I got injured on the day.
That day.
I got injured on the exact day, and I couldn't walk.
And he was like,
yeah.
he was like, I can't walk, but I might try and make it on the
Yeah.
last minute. But
Bro, he couldn't drive for a
I was
week,
like,
fam.
bro, don't,
Like,
if you're injured, don't
Yeah.
even bother. Don't stress yourself over it.
No, because I was saying I'm coming. I was telling my missus, now we have to get there some way.
Yeah.
I was on the game ready. Remember I sent you a video on the game ready. I said, let me just try and game ready and try and get there. But
It's one of them though, I think as well. Like, you see, when we were younger, like even for me, I was in London more, so it's like I can just do quick link up at Lover Slice.
yeah, that used to
Go
be
for
the spot.
somewhere, Bissau,
That's all
whatever
about
it may be.
Yep.
It was a lot easier to kind of navigate and just like find a way quickly. Whereas like now, I come back to London from Nottingham or from Mansfield, and it's like, okay, Saturday, stay at my missus with her family. Sunday, take my son to my parents. By the end of the day, you're gone.
Yeah.
So it's literally like, where do you find the gaps to kind of? But that's just, I guess that's they obviously there's pros and cons of the game, and when you go up there, when you go and play like up north or Midlands, whatever, it changes the whole landscape for yourself, innit? Like, you don't get that time with all your people that you used to get in it, but you just have to kind of say, I'm sacrificing it for now, and hopefully in the long run it works out, it pays off.
You're right, because it's weird, because we go from seeing each other every day for years, literally years, every single day you're seeing that person, to not seeing them in a year.
Yeah.
especially when you lot have grown up together.
Yeah.
Basically.
You know what I mean?
It's mad, honestly. Like, I've seen your dad more recently.
It's true. Yeah.
I've seen his dad more recently, and that's even a year ago. That was last summer.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of those, but this is what I say, this is what I'm saying, like, you need to make sort of more effort and more time for those people, and especially people who make sure to check in on you, because Jacob, this guy's just got a good heart, like, always had it, and he's someone that will message me out of the blue random, how's things, how's Ruben, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have that with everyone, and those are the people to kind of like whittle out of your life, I guess, and those people who do check in, see how you are, etc., and you have that same relationship that you had, those are the people to kind of make sure you stay on top of that relationship, innit?
I won't even say for the others, like, whittle out in that sense, because effectively, as we've grown up, you realise people are going through so much shit that they don't like to say. And we've always spoke about in terms of, like, especially your close ones, just try and have as good communication as possible, innit? Whereas, like, the flip side to that is people like Jacob, like you're saying, those are the people you think, all right, cool, let me make that extra effort, like, as bad as it sounds, but it is extra effort in that sense. So the other people, like, I always say to people, like, you're gonna, in fact, the people that you stay close with, or the ones that you just chat to here and there, you're going to continue where you left off from, as long as you've got a good relationship. And I feel like with a lot of people, you're going to have that good understanding anyway, regardless. Like, it's just like a telepathic thing. Everyone, you get not to a certain age, but you just go through certain stages of life. And then when you link up and then you catch up properly, you all realize you're all going through something to an extent, whether bad or like minuscule or something like that. So
no, 100%. Because the last time we were all together was Ruben's baby shower.
Yeah, literally. That's obviously
2 years, over 2 years.
Over a year ago.
Yeah.
over a year ago.
Probably like
A year and 9 months.
Yeah, it was January 2023. So it's a while ago. But
Jeez.
It's one of them, innit?
Yeah,
It's
that
one
was-
of them. Do you think we're victims of like not victims? Well, it's probably the best way to put it. Do you think we're victims of the era we're in with social media and like you
1000%.
feel like you're around people when you're not? I can watch you, man, on YouTube, or I can kind of like, do you know what I mean? I can kind of like just see how your life's going a little bit online, whether it's Snapchat or Instagram.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You feel like that's part of like.
Kind of, because even I said it to one of my boys at the wedding last week. I was like, when I deeped it, I was like, bro, I've actually not seen you for at least 6 months. But when I see you, you literally pick up from where you left off from. In that sense. Even I'm trying to think last time I seen you, because this time last year we were on holiday, and it's probably
maybe Cam's birthday,
which was August.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't feel like that because, like, say your games or something, I'll message you, etc.
Yeah.
Like, or even just atting you on Twitter, even I'm like H me with the source or whatever. It's like it doesn't feel distant like that. Do you know what I mean? So, like, even when you walked in today, I was like, I did not feel like I've not seen you for a long time. It's like, yeah, I see you the other day. That's how it is in my head. So,
vibes,
and FaceTime exists.
yeah.
FaceTime makes you think that you're with someone
Yeah.
more than you're ever with them.
Yeah.
Like, even the fact that my missus is in North London, and we FaceTime so much that I think I'm with her all the time.
Yeah.
And then she told me, I ain't seen you
He's
in
like, Jacob's like, blood, I saw you yesterday. She's like, no, you didn't.
Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because you're on FaceTime so much, and so it'll be mad. Like, you'll be like, even to the point, if I FaceTime you, if I FaceTime you every day, I feel like I'm always with you.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, I ain't seen him in a year.
In a while.
But because I see your face every day, it's like, okay, cool.
It just feels like you're there, innit?
No, it's very true. Very true.
Social media's helped but hindered.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
It's put people in a box where like they're your friends, yeah, but you don't see them too much.
Yeah.
It's put them at a distance where it's manageable for you, but it's also kind of toxic because you need to go see them.
It's toxic, you're right though, man.
You tend to see, like, not your closest friends. Like, you see your closest friends less than you see everyone else. That's what I've found for me personally. Like, I've seen the people I've been around my whole life, well, early in my life, less now than I've ever seen. Like, I've ever seen them. And I see people that, you know, I've met in the last few years a lot now.
Yeah. It might be because they're more local, or do you know what I mean? Or maybe you work with them or whatever it may be.
Yeah, there's many factors in that one. Yeah, it could be like you work with them, or it could be where they live.
Yeah.
Or it could be just what you're doing now.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
what
it's
you're
true.
into at the time. and
Yeah,
stuff.
you might not have time for the people that you grew up with because they may be doing something else, and they might not have time for you as well.
Yeah, you start to it starts to believe that your teammates are actually your real friends.
Boys,
Yeah.
that's a topic, you know.
Yeah, but that's like for us, our colleagues are the ones that we see more than our actual friends.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see your teammates, you actually start to think, oh, these are my boys. And then you start realizing, nah, man.
Yeah, but it's quite, you lot actually, for instance, away trips, you're in hotels together.
Spend
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're traveling together, you're
Yeah,
doing 5-6
time.
hour journeys together.
Yeah, that's long, you know.
On top of like your training sessions, you need to
That's a
have
long time, you know.
Imagine you're traveling with your guys from work. Well, guys and women from work, and you're just with them 5 hours.
I'll be traveling alone.
Long day, bro. Long day. That's why nowadays a lot of the players, like my club's got quite a few experienced players and senior ones. Probably like half the team, they get their own room for away trips. Like they'll say to the club, "I will pay for it."
Yeah.
And they want to be alone, come a certain time, innit? Because it's a lot of time you're spending with people, and then if you're boxing a room with someone who's just chewing your ear off, long day. Do you know what I mean? You can't
Their
escape.
social battery is low.
This is it, bro. I hear it, though. Man. I've been the last couple of trips. I've been on that same vibe,
What, the solo?
trying to catch that, because you know it is. If you're rooming with someone, it's more time single beds. Sometimes they're pushed up close and that.
You have to phone the reception to start doing madness
what I
to
mean?
the room. Yeah.
But if you choose to room alone, double bed, peaceful sleep. Do you get what I'm saying? So some players just want that sort of that peace of just like knowing, okay, it's going to be a double bed. I'm good, rather than single bed and all of that business.
And you also have your way to prepare for games.
This is it.
You don't have, like, some people like to sleep. I'll tell you from international duty. Some people, the Grenadians, like to sleep with music blazing.
What?
It's carnival in the room at night time.
It's carnival.
It's never that.
No
man.
banner. Like, literally, you have to go, bro,
Maybe like an R&B mix or something.
It's carnival. It's carnival, and if you're on the floor, you hear carnival happening in every single room.
Serious?
So we have to go. Look, the Grenadian boys have to stay with the Grenadian boys because they have a certain type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
They sleep to loud noises. Me, I'm looking, thinking, what is going on in here?
Yeah.
So it's obviously how you prepare for games, and that goes in. In England, it'd just be someone that's a young player or someone that just had to talk, just chewing your ear off. Whereas out there, it's people blazing music till 4 a.m.
No, never me.
That's wild.
I couldn't be involved in that.
Bro.
Yeah, but it's a culture thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get me?
That's
I love music as well, but come a certain time, man. If it's late,
blazing music
I
like
sleep.
that.
Bro.
Yeah, but think about it. It's because like here, no one's doing that, so it's abnormal in that sense. Whereas there,
It's normal.
it's normal.
It's not even music with a slow beat.
No, carnival.
Soca.
Soca. And
My
you're
type
sitting,
of vibe.
you know, you can vibe to it for an hour and you're thinking to yourself, surely you're going to turn this off. Surely you're going to turn this off. And then you see him snoring, but then if you turn it off, you wake up. So you're just like, what is going
That's
on?
one of the
mate?
ones when your dad falls asleep with the remote in his hand and you try to grab it. I'm watching it. And I just got OBE on the inside.
OBE, you know,
Oh, that
original black entertainment. Aye, that's a throwback.
Get that off, Dad.
That is a throwback.
Nah, you just took me down memory lane.
Bro, that's bad.
That was a staple. What? OBE.
OBE.
No, that's funny. But just onto the footballing aspect. The first question I had for you, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, but how does it feel being like one of the vets effectively in the change room? Because like you're not that old, but you've been playing a long time, so this is meant to be the prime phase of footballers' careers or athletes' careers in general.
Do you know what? What I'd say, like my change room, we've got like some quite a few senior players, so there's still quite a few that are more senior to me.
Yeah.
And you can still learn things off those players as you go along, and the way people work, the way people prepare. But for myself, I think it's kind of like opened my eyes to a different chapter in it, in a way, because I think a lot of it beforehand it's very much like it's about you, in it.
Yeah.
Self-centered. I'm trying to find my route. Don't matter what's going on. Like you play for the team, but like you're thinking just about you a lot. And I've like realized you need to think with a sort of wider mind than that, or think about players that are kind of like younger than you, helping those players, speaking to them, etc., making them feel comfortable if they're a new player into the team, and then just like having that sort of, okay, if I'm not starting one game, seeing it from the manager's perspective, seeing that, okay, maybe I looked tired in the game before, or maybe I wasn't suited to that game because we're going up against a team who's just head it, kick it, long ball, and it ain't maybe my sort of game. And I used to struggle with that a lot. Like I used to think I want to play every minute.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, to an extent, you still have that appetite where you want to play all the games. But now I'm like, okay, if something changes or if I'm not starting a game, I understand to an extent. But if I'm performing, I need to be playing. I need to be showing. I need to be able to show what I can do each and every week, innit? That's kind of where I'm sitting at the moment with my career, I'd say.
So you're probably like more realistic in terms of like say the next match up, or a bit more understanding in terms of managerial decisions and stuff.
Yeah, because I think it can hinder you a little bit, because if you're gonna be like, all right, for some reason you're out of the team. Let's say you were performing badly, but in your own opinion, you've been playing just how you always play. You've been good enough, But to everyone else, the real deal is that you've not been performing to the level that you can. Cool. The manager might think in his head, I'm gonna drop him for 2 games, but the plan's to bring him back in.
Okay.
If I go in and I'm on a mad thing, kicking up a crazy fuss, that can kind of fracture relationships at times.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sort of understanding now. So it's about being patient. It don't mean that you should sit around like a fool and you're not playing for
Just
months and
accept
months.
it.
It's not that, innit? But it's just about like understanding, okay, cool, I've come out of the team for a reason. What can I do and how can I work to get myself back in? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whether it be I'm laying into the extra and showing, okay, I want to improve on that thing that they think I'm lacking on. I'm not scoring at the moment, so I'm going to keep doing my finishing. And I'm helping myself by doing the extras, but I'm also showing I've got appetite to improve the thing that you might think I'm lacking. And ultimately, when I was in that situation last season, I think that's where I was given opportunity again, because I've gone and I'm training, trying to be the best trainer every single day. I'm doing all the extras. I'm staying in the gym after training. So ultimately, how can you not play me? I have to play in it. So that's kind of my outlook now, like on how to kind of get out of a tough situation when you are in one, innit?
Nice.
For the young players out there, what was it before then? What was it and what changed your mindset in that situation? So what was your mindset before, if you were to be in that situation, say around 21, 22, because at the time you're at Palace, obviously Premier League club. What was your mindset then that's different to now?
I think when things would sort of go against me, or I would get into that situation, I was very much like, nah, this guy hates me, or this manager's not feeling me. Like that's kind of that was my mindset beforehand, but it's naive, innit? You need to realise that you're gonna have 25 players potentially competing for spaces in the squad. If you give them one reason to leave you out of the squad because your attitude or the way you've handled the situation, or not looking like you're behind the team, you're going to be the one out. Because if you've got the rest of the players all behind the team working hard, whatever, the ones that aren't doing those things stick out like a sore thumb. And I'm not that kind of person or player generally, but I feel like when you'd have little moments of like setbacks and stuff, it would get to me at times. And I'd think, boy, he must not like me, innit? I've missed out on the squad this week. I must not be in the plans. And then it's like, do you either kind of duck your head down a little bit and just sort of get out of training when training's done and just keep it moving, or do you keep working in it? Like what I'm saying, I've kind of adapted as I've kind of gone on in the game and learnt. So that's the main thing I would say to young players, like just keep showing that sort of appetite to improve. And you know, you might not be brought into the club to play every single game, but if you show them that you're willing and you're determined to do it, it can happen, innit? You know, you always see these hard-working players who just graft, sometimes make it either to the top, or they'll play in a team every week, and people are like, how is this guy playing? Like, so you don't want to name certain names, but I mean, we've all seen those kind of players. You're like, bro, this guy's playing at this club now, or but it's that attitude, innit? It's that mindset, innit? You know, so it's hard to, at times it can be hard to naturally have that when you've been someone who's been like one of the best players or one of the better players coming through the younger ages and coming through at Palace, etc. But you're just like everyone else, innit? You gotta put that in.
But when you was younger, let's say like 2021, did any of the older lot give you good advice? Or did they see you as a threat?
I think you have that sly thing of you're a threat for players in your position. But then at the same time, I don't know if that's all the way true, because I think maybe the way that players were treated when they were younger was different. Do you get what I'm saying? Now it's a bit more like, I don't know, a bit more sensitive, and you got to worry about people's feelings and
how you speak to someone,
well-being, etc. But beforehand, people are swearing at you. I remember we went to Austria pre-season and we're doing hill runs up. We were doing hill runs and we're running into a van. The van's driving us back down.
This is with Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah, with Palace. And then, so you do 4 runs, go to the next checkpoint, 4 runs. There's like 4 checkpoints. I've got players, like older pros behind me saying, get up the effing hill, I'm going to slide tackle you. Like, bro, I ran like a concrete
on the hill.
like a concrete hill, like, relax, bro. Obviously, it's that almost that like tough love, because he wants me to get up the hill. I suppose. But I'm thinking, bro, like, what are you on me for? Do you get me? So there's a different type of, but it's the same thing though. He's telling me to work hard, isn't it? Because
in his type of way.
In his way, innit? But you don't see it all the time. Like, you don't realise that that's what they're doing, innit? Because we have this sort of like strong, you can't take man for a dickhead. Like, that's sort of how I've grown up, innit? But football's different. You got to like read things differently and understand what people are trying to sort of tell you or help you. Do you get me?
did things like that take you time to realize, or did you kind of start to think, all right, cool, I'm kind of clocking what they're doing at the time? Like when you're a younger player, we're playing with.
It took me a while to grasp the concept. I can't lie, like, because there's that fine line between someone taking the piss out of you or just getting onto you for nothing and trying to help you. Do you get what I'm saying? And like for me, I've grown up in ends, so I'm not tolerating things from people, no matter how old you are, innit?
Yeah.
Like I've got brothers your age, for instance.
Yeah.
If you're an older player, so it took me sort of a while to kind of like understand it's not that, innit. They're not doing it to be. But when players would come and speak to you afterwards, like you had people like Punch, for example, at Palace, who would get onto you in a session. They're getting onto everyone.
Yeah.
It's not just you.
Yeah, it just feels like it's a personal attack.
Yeah, but he'll come to you after and be like, I'm saying this because I'm trying to help you, or no one else turns out this way, or do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in that kind of way, when people come and explain things to you, then that's when you sort of you understand it, innit?
Yeah, because Punch was a big one at Palace for. He was the one that you felt like was always getting onto you. Because obviously we were playing in his positions as well, really and truly. So you felt like he was one getting onto you. But he's also the one that would pull you aside after.
Which is good though.
Yeah, but during the session, I tell you, I hated him.
Yeah.
During the session, I wanted to play against him.
He was techie though.
Yeah, but during the session, you didn't want to play against him. You didn't want to play on his team. But then after, he's like, okay, cool, do this and do this. I remember the one time we were on tour in Canada, in Vancouver, and I scored a goal and said, "Oh, you just got lucky." I did it again. He said, "No, you just getting lucky." So he didn't want to give me my credit, but I understood why he was doing this.
Yeah.
After when we got back to England, he pulled me and we had a conversation. But it's just like sometimes I don't feel that you have to do that to get through to, especially someone from where we're from.
But that's probably why he's also done it like that. Maybe that, like you said, going back how he the older players were brought up. That's probably how. Just say if him playing with someone from London, South London, for instance, that's maybe how he got the process.
Would have been worse.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
from ends as well.
It would have been worse back then. So I think even what they were doing to us, or how some of them would be dealing, it was nothing. Like I remember there was a player who nutmegged one of the first team players in training. We're doing shit.
I remember that day. Yeah, I remember the day.
We're doing like some sort of shape thing, bro. It's basically this player against like 3 first team players. Defensive shape for them. He's got the ball, started doing some sort of dropping the shoulder.
That's a jinky v
Nutmegged
jinky.
the guy. Why are the players draping him up? Saying, you effing this. What are you doing? Cheeky this and that. He's like smiling at.
Yeah.
I wipe that smile off your face. Bro.
I remember that day like it was yesterday. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
It was.
I need names, man.
All the man that did that retired now, you know.
Yeah, they're all done, man.
Yeah,
what about the young G that makes? Can you name names?
I don't know if you'd remember.
Nah, you wouldn't remember. Would you remember?
Go say
I ain't
that.
shouting him out. I don't like him, bro.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Don't-
After the episode.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
What's his name begin with?
E.
No.
That won't help.
Okay, cool.
There's bare man with E.
yeah, but the point we're getting at is like, bro, these lot were on violence, like literally. But they were on violence with each other as well.
Bare
Man are scrapping, like, man are scrapping at training. People
What
are
first team players?
people are getting boxed in the face. Also, man are getting slapped.
Yeah.
First team versus first team, bro.
During small-sided games, you just turn right and someone's rolling over. You're thinking, what's going on?
So I think it's just like a will to want to win.
Proper South London club.
Yeah, and a will to want to do well.
Yeah.
But then also, if you're young coming through, you better be
Get with the
levels.
program.
Yeah.
You better be good enough. Otherwise, you can go back down with the under 21s.
Or you better be mentally strong enough to accept what's gonna come.
Did you ever see it not work out for players? Like they just didn't have that.
Mental.
Yeah, they just
100%.
they couldn't hack it with that kind of mentality in the first
100%,
team, and
yeah.
they just faded
Like
away.
when you lot get called up to train with the first team, for instance, or pre-season tour, was there anyone of like, obviously no names, but within you lot's age group that you thought, shit, they're actually struggling in this environment?
The preseason tours, I wouldn't say so, because the people that won the preseason tours had been with the first team.
Yeah.
So you'd only get called up usually when we were playing. When usually
You train with them
you've
already,
been with
yeah.
them already. Just the odd training session. Yeah, you see man go up and start shaking.
Yeah. Bro, I've been there.
I was there too.
I've been there. But like, I think it's the thing, if you ain't sort of, especially if you're not even from like South London or London, perhaps. There's players that have come from other places, like outside of London, so they might not have that same sort of grit or be able to just take it when people are getting onto them, and you end up shrinking at times in sessions. But like, I think we've all had those days where you're like, but there was a day when I think I trained. I got one of the managers. Who was the manager at the time? I can't remember who it was. It might have been like Warnock. And I've taken a corner for a set. Like if we're doing shape.
I remember this day as well.
Taking a corner, bro. Why has the ball hit the first man? Headed it away. He's like, no, go on, take another one. Bro, took another one. First man again. He goes, F it. He goes, hells bells. Bring it in 10 yards. Bro, give me one more chance now. Try to put one other one, overhit it, mad. Like, it's gone out, like, other side, innit? He goes, nah, fuck it, I'll bring someone else on. So Lays come, whip the corner in perfect. Bang, go. Bro, I call my agent after the session. I'm like, you need to get me out of here.
I think I mess up.
I think I'm done. I think I'm
Big
done.
mess
I can't take it here, bro. I need to go. Like, get me out of here. But it happens. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can have your days in it where you're not on the money or you're not at it. You just gotta get on with it, innit?
The only issue is when you're a young player, the opportunities are limited.
Thin.
So it's like when you go up there, you want to prove you're the best. So I remember like my first few sessions with the first team, they were all right. And there was just one day when I said, okay, forget this. Let me just play like I'm playing with this 23s. You get what I mean? And then you go up there and you build your confidence and they can see that. I feel like they can feel that confidence.
Yeah.
They can see, okay, cool, give him the ball. And they kind of grow to you. You get what I mean? Because I had the same sort of thing as H, not with the corner, but it was with Pardew. I was taking free kicks. And they put that massive wall. The wall looks a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah,
everyone felt like
those yellow ones.
Yeah, they put the team
actual
in the
players.
wall.
Oh shit!
I swear the wall felt like it was 7 foot tall.
Bro, you have man like Jedinak and Delaney,
Yeah.
just big stern guys, lad.
The man told me whip the free kick over the wall.
They say, don't hit me. Don't hit me. The
Yeah,
players
yeah.
are like, don't hit me.
So I put it in the bush. You know the bush. Put it in the bush. Pardew said, take it again. I put it in the bush again. He looked at me. I said, you know what? Quad's tight.
I said quad tight.
He said quad tight. He said Jacob. He said Jacob. Yeah, just go back there. Let someone else take it. And then he took it. You know whenever they take it, it's perfect.
It's going bins. It's always like that, isn't it? The coach's got mad tech. No pressure though, isn't it?
Yeah, because the players are going to move out of the way as well.
Yeah.
When it's me, the player's going to stand firm.
Stand there on the tiptoes.
Keeper's going to dive.
That's mad. Flipping. At what point at Palace did you feel like you somewhat arrived or you felt ready to be like with the first team? Because obviously, like, you made your Premier League debut away to Swansea, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
I was there.
yes, he was.
Yeah.
So like, was there a long period before that game, or just like leading up to that week that you felt, all right, cool, I'm ready for like my Premier League debut, for instance?
No, because I was on loan that season. I was on loan to Plymouth. Then I got injured in like November, come back, and then I was training with them. Just training with them, getting back my fitness, whatever. And then sometimes the loan window was extended, innit?
Yeah.
So it went till, I don't know, March or whatever. So like, there was injuries in the squad. I think there was quite a few midfielders out. So we've travelled, but we used to travel quite a bit, innit? Like every so often, if there's people missing, they'll just call you, innit? You're travelling.
Yeah.
So you're not thinking definitely gonna come on. But the week before, I think I was on the bench against Southampton, and he said to me before the game, he was like, be ready because I might need your legs in this game.
Who was the manager at the time?
Pardew. So at that time I'm thinking, cool, there's going to be a chance, so let me just be ready when I do get the opportunity, innit? Anyway, fast forward to the next week. Maybe Johan Kabaya, like, he had a tight hamstring.
On the Friday.
Yeah, he had a tight hamstring.
Friday,
so,
yeah.
So you're waiting. You're still thinking they might play someone else in your position, innit?
Might play right back there.
Yeah, that's what they would do, innit? But then he's pointed over, and there might have been two people. Was it me and you sat there, or me and Saleh?
You and Saleh, because I didn't make squad. Yeah.
Me and Saleh sat there now, and he's gone, coming on. We didn't know who he was talking to. So it was like, said I'm coming on. Come on, and I just thought, rah, this is like a mad moment. But it was 20 minutes, but the 20 minutes felt so quick.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like that was blowing, but it felt like it just went by so quick, innit? But yeah, man, like when I look back now, a mad special moment, innit? To be able to do that. And obviously not long later, sent packing again. Or not to Plymouth.
Because I believe that game ended 1-1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes.
It did.
But that was a good Swansea side as well then, those days. So
the day, I remember the day like it was.
It was raining mad.
Raining mad.
Yeah.
I remember me and Gailey were sitting next to each other, and we were, every time H touched the ball, we're saying, "Okay, just keep it, drive." You know what, drive, just drive. You know you're trying to play
that's his
FIFA.
game as well.
You know,
Yeah.
you're just drive. Go on, bro, shoot. You had a shot. This is your brother went past the post.
I hit the
It hit the post. Yeah.
So this is the thing.
You actually had a good cameo. I remember.
No, but the thing is, parts of it weren't. Like parts were, but the couple times I lost it. I remember Will saying to him, "Bro, just give me the ball, man." Bro, like relax, man. But literally, I think it's quick, and the pace of the game was mad quick. So like you ain't got the time that you think you have. Like when you're watching it, you think, "Oh, these man got time on the ball," but last 20, bro, it's all action, innit? But I remember at the time, the team hadn't won for like 10 games. And I just remember after the game thinking, oh my days, if that had gone in, bro, that's a win.
Yeah.
That just changes, do you get me? It changes things slightly, but it's one of them. I think I spoke to the manager, like, I think maybe on the Monday or whatever, or the Tuesday. I said, yeah, he goes, oh, no, that was close, innit? I said, yeah, nearly, but he's like, nearly don't do anything. that was.
Oh, does it put me again? Let me score.
But no, ultimately grateful to get the opportunity, innit? Like at the end of the day, man, not everyone can say they've done that. So,
mate.
So yeah, mad moment.
You got Uncle's shirt as well?
Oh, I got a shirt for my dad from IU.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I chatted to him on the pitch. I was like, oh, like my dad does it. My dad's gonna wear a shirt and got it in as well. He's like, oh, button. Yeah. But for my dad, done a botch job framing it, boy. You know, Ghanaian dads or African dads framing shirts. What?
He did it by himself.
Oh, he done it himself.
Man did the maddest botch. I'm like, Dad, we need to frame this up properly. But the shirt's just there, like slanted.
That's so good.
It's there still.
That's wavy.
Funny, man.
That's cold. Obviously you mentioned Plymouth before. Like we talk about like your actual team moves, etc. You had a few loan moves. And just thinking about it, you've actually travelled this UK from a young age, which is mad. But at the same time, it probably helped you grow up and mature. Out of all your loan moves, what one would you say was your best one? And we're going to come on to your promotions as well, because you've got many on your CV. So.
Not that way. Best one.
Big H trying to be humble.
Yeah, best one.
Best loan move. Yeah.
Where have I been? Plymouth was good. Cambridge was good. I don't know, man. I enjoyed Plymouth.
Okay. Oh, what one? Yeah, what one would you say? Like you enjoyed football
because like I just felt like a mainstay in the team, innit? And it was a serious team, proper club.
Was that in League 2 at the time?
League 2. And obviously just fell short, obviously on promotion. But the best one I would say is Cambridge because of the promotion at the end of it and the way that things. We were tipped to go down.
Yeah.
That season, and like it was, I don't know. It was one of those where I didn't necessarily expect what we achieved there, and I didn't expect it to happen when I first arrived. Like I thought, okay, we'll do decent because we got a good squad, but not to the level of what we managed to achieve in it. Which obviously shows how well the boys did that season. But yeah, Cambridge was a very enjoyable loan, you know, with how it ended.
What's been the worst one, footballing wise, for you?
The worst one, boy.
Or could be the worst experience, loan wise.
You know what? Oh, this one's an easy one to Crawley, my first loan, bro. Oh my god. I don't think the manager's managing now, so probably the best one to keep them options open. Nah, I'm joking, but on a serious note though, Crawley was mad because I made my debut like a couple weeks before. Had a meeting with the manager. He goes, "Yo, obviously you're not ready to play regular now, so you need to go get some experience." Didn't have an agent. He said, "Oh, you're going Crawley." Turn up there with Saleh and his agent. Like, he drove us there. Turned up now. I'm waiting the first month, because it was month loans sometimes. The first month, I didn't play, didn't kick a ball. But we're winning games, innit? Convinces me to sign. I signed now. Second month, cool. I played a game against Stevenage, like the first game of that second month. Played 45 minutes. Bro, got beat up. Them times, Stevenage, I think it was Graham Wesley managing. Them man there were just robust, running into people. They're moving brolic. Anyway, dragged at half time. Got sand in my hair and that. Just like, the pitch was mad sandy.
Yeah, Crawley's pitch was sandy then.
I was in the mud, and then I didn't play again. Didn't play again for that month. Donny's telling me, "Yo, we'll sign you up again. Like, you're gonna play this time." No, thank you. Kept it moving, man. So that was definitely the worst one. But that's how football can go sometimes.
At the same time, that was your first loan though, wasn't it?
I was young.
17, 18 then, didn't it?
17, but I'm full of beans, like full of confidence.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, bro, like, what's League One and that? Honestly, because at that time, obviously, Palace were in the champs still, I think.
No, they were Prem then.
But we had known the champ in it, like.
Yeah, you knew the champ teams. Yeah.
League One, I'm thinking, what? I'm gonna get minutes here. I'm gonna play in it.
Yeah.
I knew it was a good loan, but I thought I'm playing, so I've got confidence. Like, I'm going into training confident.
And you'd been training with Palace's first team. Then,
do you get me? So I wasn't fearful, but then that's when you realize, you start understanding the real world of football is very different to the
Premier League
sheltered life you're sort of living as a player in a Prem team or academy or whatever, you know. Yeah,
no, my favourite loan from you was definitely Cambridge, just because I knew what we were going through at at that club. Let me just say at that club. That's why I knew, and that's just seeing you being promoted and all that went into that year. It's like, you know, you can sometimes just go back and smile in someone's face and say, you know what, look, you didn't want me here, but I've gone and proved that I can play here. And that's why it's one of the favourite ones for me, because that's how, for me, I just like seeing people, you know, I like just seeing you or seeing people in general put it back in someone's face and letting them know I was good enough, but you didn't want to use me.
Yeah.
And I've proved that somewhere else. That's why that loan for me was my favourite one for your career.
No, for sure. The circumstances definitely made it, like, I think that probably was a driving factor or driving force behind, like, the way I was playing and the way I was sort of trying to just help the team. And I just think this is it, like, this is what I'm saying about the older you're getting, you can either sort of sink or swim in those situations. Like, what are you going to do? You're either going to, maybe I could have stayed at MK and just said, see how it goes. But I said, no, I need to go and play, show people that I'm better than what this man's saying, innit? This is it.
But on that, because we briefly had this conversation with Soleil. At the time, I obviously, because I was by default invested, I never thought Palace, as a Premier League club, they were one of the worst clubs at the time in terms of how they dealt with their younger players, whether that's them coming through or the actual loan moves that they got, or aftercare effectively for those that were released and stuff like that. And I feel like the club's made a lot of development on that, which is good to witness now. But I also said to him, I felt like you two were the actual fortunate ones that actually got decent loan moves. Because at the time, I feel like a lot of the youngsters were getting like conference loan moves or like Conference South, etc. So when the Crawley one occurred for you, like, obviously you went together, and I was like, rah, like they've actually skipped bare leagues compared to the other loan moves that players were getting then, innit? Obviously the loan move didn't work out, but at the same time it's it's good growing pains. And the fact that you were also at home as well, so you could still go there and stuff like that. So that's I'd say the one positive from me look from the outside looking in, that is that you two, the ones I actually know were the actual, not fortunate, but the ones that actually started to somewhat break doors for the club for more players to somewhat either be consistent in terms of the better loan moves or actually trying to break through the first team. And I think Jacob even said it, like when he saw you lot either training or making your debuts effectively, like he was proud in the sense that it gave him more positivity or more hope that, all right, cool, this is an opportunity for myself and for the other young G's as well, and stuff like that. So that's where I think like it could be a tough experience, but also you lot should cherish that experience and cherish that moment. Because for me, it's a big thing at the time. Obviously, by default, keep on saying, I've always known how the club, not always known directly, but how the club somewhat operates in terms of the younger players and stuff like that. So I think you guys sometimes, I'll tell you, man, the footballers, sometimes just take a step back and give yourself a pat on the shoulder for certain stages of your career or certain things that you've gone through, because you lot will overlook it in the sense that it's just an everyday thing, innit? But you're breaking small doors that you're not even aware of.
Yeah, changes things, innit? No, you're right, still. Definitely.
I think one thing we missed out on at the very beginning is saying congratulations.
Yes, we did.
On
big congrats.
Promotion with Mansfield. Your second season there now.
Yeah.
From League 2 to League 1, automatic promotion. Is this your first automatic promotion?
Second.
Automatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cambridge.
Because that was automatic as well. Yes. Sorry.
Were they in League 2 before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Paul Mullin your striker?
Paul Mullin.
And that's when he left.
Shooter.
Yeah, he bagged then left to go Wrexham, innit? Well, I understand the Reddies was readying from what I heard anyway. Sorry, Paul.
We knew. We all know.
Yeah, we all know, man.
How was it like? Obviously, we'll talk about your other promotions, but this one, because it's the freshest, etc. How was this one for you? For Mansfield in particular, obviously second season and stuff like that.
Yeah, do you know what? Mad season. Obviously, like the way it's ended was sick, innit? The way it ended was just, obviously, it's weird because come January time, I wasn't sure if I was still going to be at the club, you know, because I needed to play football. Like now I can't sort of afford to not be playing games, innit? So
I think I messaged you around that period.
Yeah, like it looked like, to be fair, there was a lot of talk and people were asking me, are you going here, you going there? And like I was hearing things that I didn't even know about. And
I think all I'd said is, why aren't you playing? That was it. Because I always give you lot somewhat a leeway to, not leeway, but I'd never ask instantly. I'd let it develop. So I was thinking, maybe you're injured, etc.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, nah, let's get into a cause for concern stage.
What's going on?
Yeah, why aren't you actually playing? Then obviously we spoke and stuff. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no. So like the first half of the season, the team was just doing so well. Like it's one of those unfortunate ones where I've always normally gone into the start of the season in the starting team, but if you're not in the starting team and the team wins, I don't know, it was like 20 or didn't lose in 24 games or 23 games, lost like one game or something like that. It's going to be tough, innit? Like the changes might not happen that are going to sort of go away, and if players are performing, it can be difficult, but it just wasn't working for me that first sort of half of the season, you know. And then when I got in the team come end of Jan, when I ended up staying, like I started firing, and I think that was the main thing, just chipping in with the goals and assists was what was going to help me play, you know. Had a conversation with the manager and just sort of aired things out, and from there it was like I knew that I was going to be pulling in the same direction as the team, and I wanted to gain promotion, innit? That's what I came there to try and do. And yeah, just it was a sick ending to do it with a couple games to spare as well, which isn't common. Like I think at Cambridge we did it on the last day, and it was hairy up until then, whereas we were able to say, all right, cool, we got promoted now. Now the next thing is, let's try and finish second as opposed to third. But you can ultimately like have a sense of, okay, we've done it now. You know? So yeah, it was sick, man. Those moments aren't regular. They don't happen all the time, innit? So you gotta kind of enjoy it.
Says a man with many promotions.
Just the two, bro. Just the two.
Do you know what? It's because you played a lot of playoff finals. That's what it is. I always get it mixed up.
I almost didn't say just the two because I can't lie. Certain managers be thinking I've got 5.
Yeah, no. I always feel like you've got 4 or 5, bro. But you've played in a lot of playoffs and playoff finals.
That's what it is, man.
I mean, you always get your team there, innit?
Yeah.
Boy. I was speaking to my boy about this the other day, and he had a really good season with the club he's at, and I was like, you have to remember that you were a big part of what happened for your club. If you didn't score those 12 goals or 15 goals, where would the team be in it? So for me, I'm like, I'm not someone who does pats on the backs for myself or even really for other people. I want to keep people, whether it's myself or other people, keep you motivated to say, no, you need to be doing more. Keep going in it. But like, if I've been in that many sort of promotion run-ins, it's not by accident, in it. Like, I've played a part as well as the players in the team have played a part. Right. So you have to kind of feel a sense of like, I don't know, pride that you have been able to do that at the clubs you've been at. You know, but it's about obviously pushing on and trying to get more. You know, we're still young.
No, definitely. With Mansfield, did you feel an extra type of pressure? Because going into the season, you lot were one of the favourites to go up.
Yeah.
Given like the statures of the players that you have, like you said, you've got quite a lot of experienced players anyway. Compared to like say previous teams that you'd been in, going into this season or even your first season, did you feel an extra sense of pressure that we have to get promoted at a certain stage of my contract length, etc.?
Yeah, I think you can see it's apparent because every window players are being signed because it was about getting to that next level. Yeah. Even though we've gone up, like the goal is to go again. Do you know what I'm saying?
Geez,
so
like that.
This is it. I think you have a level you need to hit, and from the recruitment and from the players brought in, for me personally, even from when I wasn't starting in the team earlier in the season, I'm looking at it thinking, nah, this team's
you
serious.
got a good squad.
And I've played in a few League 1 teams, League 2 teams, and as far as that squads go, you've got depth. Like you've got players who have played higher, like in the higher divisions. You've got players who are young and up and coming, and it's a perfect balance, I would say. But yeah, to answer it, that pressure was definitely there to do it because it's been so long since they've been in League 1. I think it was like around 21 years or something like that since the last time they were in League 1. Fair. So that's obviously what the club is pushing for.
You guys really creating history.
Yeah. And just final one from me in terms of Mansfield, how does it feel, going back to a bit of pressure, but how does it feel playing under is it Nigel Clough?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know why I was thinking of his dad for some reason, but Nigel Clough, obviously his dad's had a big name in football. He's got a big name as well. Like, and then the pressure of your team more or less being one of the favourites to go up. Like, did you feel that extra sense of pressure playing under currently playing under a manager like Nigel Clough compared to previous managers, or do you see it like all the same in that sense?
Yeah, I think obviously he's brought me into the club, innit? So it's not like I was inherited or like I've come under him, and I think he knows sort of my capabilities, and that's probably why there's a lot of expectation on what he wants from me. But he's someone who is very straight talking and to the point with how he deals with his players, and you don't always get that with managers. He looks after the players with time with their families, so whether it's, let's say, Monday recoveries, he lets you kind of deal with that yourself and gives you time to be with family, but he knows that most of the players that he's bringing in almost like well vetted to know what you're like. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's been an interesting experience playing under him, but ultimately we've achieved success in it together. That's what you want, in it.
Yeah.
And I'm in the building, so for me, I just want to obviously like keep at where I've left off last season with him and with the club, and just keep achieving things. Keep going for more, keep improving my game, and that the honesty in football is something that you gotta cherish, man. I swear, like whether it's good or bad, it can go both ways.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Whether it's January you're being told, you know what, I don't see you getting that much game time. You need to go and learn, or if you stay at a club now, things change. Cool, this is it. You have a conversation, and that's kind of as simple as it is.
At least you more or less know where you stand.
You know where you stand. You know where you stand, and you know that it's a case of there's non-negotiables with him working hard, like putting your all in and bringing something to the team. If you can do those things, then I think you get on with him.
I got a question because you're a new father. So how is balancing football and family been for you? Because obviously it's something new. We're all gonna have to go through it one day. So how has that been for you?
Boy, do you know what? It's the biggest blessing that you can have in your life for sure, and it changes your perspective on things, because I think football tends to be number one in a player's life, in it, generally speaking. Obviously family, everything's important, but I mean football tends to be number one, but then your child becomes your main priority and focus, making sure they're okay, helping like raise them, all these things. So it's been hectic at times. It's been mad, especially being up there, not having as much like, oh, I can just bring you over to grandma's whenever I want. You got to travel, and when you're traveling, they're in the car screaming at the back. So yeah, but it's like anything, man. You just got to find your balance, and just like it's about helping each other in the relationship, innit? The two people in the relationship, it's about helping each other with certain things. Right, you're tired, I'm gonna take him for a bit. I'm gonna do whatever. If I'm tired, cool. You're gonna. So that's what I would say. But yeah, I've been enjoying it, man. Honestly, like I love him to bits. Just when you go back home, you see him smiling. He runs to you, wants to play with you. Can't be stressed about that.
Yeah, that's
like,
nice.
You can't be stressed about other things that are going on outside the door, because you come back, you got to be daddy, innit? So it's amazing, honestly.
Nah, man.
When you
Right. Hey, Jacob's gonna edit this part out.
I'm keeping it in.
It's in the light of day.
What's going on with me?
Yeah, wasn't that?
What's going on? Just what's going on, you know. You know what? Me personally, brother, I want to get married. Well, me and the missus, we want to get married first. We all know that might not be the case, but we want to get married first and then go from there. But if baby does happen and baby does come, then we're gonna embrace it with open arms.
Okay. Amen.
Yeah, we want to go down the marriage route first. She's focused, career driven, and she's on Jacob. Don't you get me pregnant? That's what she's on right now. So
I remember that line.
That's it. I remember that line. Whether he had heard to it, that's a different story.
Yeah, so that's where we're at with things right now. But yeah, want to do the marriage thing first. You know, we'll see when she gets the ring.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's woman. They pressure you into that sort of situation. So yeah,
she knows it's coming, isn't it?
I'm probably closer to there than anything else right now, because we got 2 marriages on the podcast right now. 1, 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
When you get married?
Next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very vague. That's just men, innit? Like, that's it. Next year.
When you get married, next year as well, innit?
Next year.
Yeah, we'll leave that next year. That's it. You get me?
Sometime next year.
Yeah.
No, I have the date, but I haven't announced it to anyone.
Okay. Have you been?
Obviously, you don't know, but
yeah.
Have you been? Have you had to do any planning yet or anything? Or
Yeah. Listen, the whole thing is basically planned.
Yeah.
There's only like one thing I'm looking for, which is like a decorator, but we're not even pressed too much.
I like that. You're mad chill. He's mad chilled.
Well, we've had the updates.
Oh yeah.
Over the last 6 months or so.
Has it been calm doing it, or has it been stressed? Because
have you started yet?
Yeah, like we have, but I feel like when it hits like 8 months to go or something, it's gonna hit me.
Nah,
8
it
months
won't.
to go. We're close,
Because
you know.
it ain't hit me like
We're
that.
12 months away, innit?
Yeah, you messed up.
But this
No, that's when he said it will hit him
I
more.
think in
now.
like 4 months, I'm gonna be scrambling.
Nah, I don't think if it ain't hit you now, I don't think it will hit you because it ain't hit me yet.
Okay.
Even though mine's is more than 12 months, but like because we've done everything we need to do now, yeah. The only thing that hurts now is like payday because my money's gone. Every month is just gone. But other than that, like it's fine.
Yeah, I that's probably the main thing in it, like making sure that like the amount that you need to put towards it per month, that's getting seen to. Like if you had, let's say, a random month where you've been hit with all sorts of expenditure and that affects it, then that's probably when you'll see stress in it.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I guess you
If
have
you
help
plan,
with,
yeah.
and you have help with things in it. Like there's planners, there's all your other half in it who's gonna probably take a lot of reins on that stuff, innit?
Yeah, but everything other than your other half costs money.
Doesn't she cost money as well?
Basically. Because what planners, money, like anything that goes into that is just money. And it comes from somewhere.
Some of the
From your pockets.
bro, some of the quotes from the planners.
Yeah, it's insane.
This wedding business is lucrative, you know.
Yeah.
What we're trying to get into it.
Bro,
Serious.
No,
If
saying.
I had land, yeah, I'll just have a venue.
nah, big bad take, bro. I think me and your brother spoke about it.
Just
But
have a
this-
venue.
Bro, need to find a way, fam.
And you could do it anywhere, like literally, would land it back home. If you can build a venue that adheres to the things you need, or you can interchange things so not every wedding looks exactly the same and
Yeah.
whatever. Get the props, keep them, fake flowers, good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
it's true.
one of my guys was telling me recently the venue he used a couple years ago, about 2 years ago, it's gone up. They checked the price now. It's gone up like 6 to 10K now from 2 years ago.
From 2 years ago.
Yeah,
They're not playing games.
obviously dependent on the day, innit?
Yeah.
Look, they've streamlined the whole thing
Bro.
to the fact that like certain days even cost different amounts of money now.
Yeah.
Yeah, then,
Friday money is different from Saturday money and it's different from Sunday money.
So what's the cheapest day?
And
out
it's
of those
different from
three?
Friday money. Cheapest day is Monday.
Monday.
Monday or Tuesday.
It's like booking a flight.
My goodness.
Literally, those are the cheapest days.
The
of week.
cheapest day. And on top of that, yeah, it's like all these other spots, they've got their own different kind of rules on what you can do, what you cannot do. That's one of the most annoying things. Because you find like the nicest place, but you can't do this. So that means you can't even book it then.
Okay.
Then you find a spot where you can do all of this, but the actual like way it looks ain't that great. So you might need to put a bit more resource in decorations just to make it look better.
Right.
Then you got all these other people like photographer, videographer, cost money too.
I heard there's lighting. Lighting's a separate thing apparently. Then you got smoke. You've got all of these.
Oh yeah, that would be like an
separate
extra.
But that's the venue adding extras. Could you not bring your own people?
Yeah.
But
Well,
that
that's the
costs more
thing.
money.
Bringing your own people, that's more people to go and find. That's more vendors.
Yeah.
So they're all gonna want to charge something that's gonna be worth their while, isn't it? That's the problem with the industry. Like that's why I feel like so we've gone for a venue where it's all in house, but where they get you is there's added extras. So you want a different flower arrangement, pay this. You want this extra, pay this. But generally, they have everything to have like a certain level of ceremony. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was like, when I heard that, I was like, cool, let's do it.
Is there no loophole like where you can say I'm not getting married, I'm hosting an event?
How?
I'm sure they charge more for weddings.
They'll know though.
Don't know.
Yeah.
And it's
'cause
that they'll have like a dry hire for the venue, for example.
contracts
It's already
as
gonna
well.
Be, it's
Whatever
already going
it
to be here.
Oh, okay. So you may as well just pay.
dry hire is already 4 figures.
Bro, as soon as they say hair wedding, they're like, come.
Yeah. See.
So where?
Yeah.
I've got a question though, on weddings. Would any of you lot like elope? Quick thing.
He wants to do that.
Well, I don't want.
We're not
but,
want to, but
bro, even your mum was at mine a couple of weeks ago, and we were obviously talking about yours, like with my parents. I just told them straight, bruv. She's like, if I elope, don't be surprised. Like,
You don't mean it though.
I actually
You're
do.
very much.
Extravagant.
He's just lit.
Yeah,
That's
he wants
what.
to party.
See, this is it though. This is where people get. not get it wrong.
Joe's lit.
But like everyone's like to me, oh, if you throw a party or your wedding, blah blah blah, it'll be lit. It will be lit. But I've never actually thrown a party. Like this is where people get. I've never actually celebrated
Just
myself.
at the party.
Thank you, thank you.
That's a
Sign me
smart
up.
man, you know. That's a smart
Sign me up. Get me. Like so. I just not that I feel weird because obviously if my future missus wants that, then now I know by default I'll have to somewhat give a bit of saving grace to it and like mentally like all right.
Don't
cool.
give no grace.
No, like in the sense that I agree, but yeah, but like I basically like well, I think cause my sister came over and my sister's like, bro, like she knows how I am, innit?
Yeah.
And she's kind of like me in that sense, like we could enjoy life, you get me?
Yeah.
But I've never actually thrown anything for myself. I actually don't, not in a bad way. I don't really care about the whole wedding aspect for me. It's for my missus that I'll care about it for, innit?
Men don't really.
It's
Like-
not your
Anyway.
party. It's not your day, is it?
So
There's some guys that are
no, some do.
on that, like they're trying to have the maddest wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
And it might be a cultural thing. Depends where they were raised, all of these things.
Yeah,
But
so
there's some men out, they want the big.
no, bro. There's men that
It's
men
to show
men like
off
to show
their
off
thing.
as well,
The
bro.
traditional I understand, but the white,
No, even white, bro. I know men. No, I'm not saying man them that have got married, but I know men that want to get married, etc. But and they're looking forward to throwing the whole,
the maddest party
to
ever.
throwing the event itself. So
My thing,
Yeah.
my thing is though that if what you think makes logical sense, you press on with that, and then your woman will understand and probably follow suit come the right time.